Okay. This is not a thing of beauty. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So here is your review for chapter 1. I'm going to go through it quickly. So we talked about this in class, but for those of you that didn't get to it, we're just going to go over the answers. Okay. A is being added. Which one is it? Added to 0, and it keeps its identity. So this is the additive identity. Number 2, same thing, except we're multiplying to keep our identity. So it's the multiplicative identity. I would like you to make sure that you completed this packet as much as you can on your own, so that way you can see your errors and learn from them rather than copying this down. Here, we're associating with B and C, and now we're associating A and B, and the two things are equal, so that's the associative property. Number 4, we're inverting what we did to undo it. So we're inversing, we're adding a negative technically. Here we're distributing. Okay, next section, you can do this many ways. You can do it by hand, you can use your graphing calculator or the other calculator using the fraction button. This is going to be 18 over 6, which is just 3. Here we have to make sure we turn this into an improper fraction. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13 over 6. In the calculator, you could simply just do, somebody graffitied on that, not happy. Okay, 1 divided by 3, close parentheses, minus 13 divided by 6, close parentheses, enter. I don't like this decimal. I'm going to hit the math button. If fraction is highlighted, hit enter, enter. So it's negative 11, 6. Next one, these 5s are going to turn into a 1, so it's negative 3 over 11. Once again, ignore the negative for the moment. 3 times 2 is 6 over 3. Times 5, 6. It's going to be negative 35 over 18. Here, 7/8 is dividing by, so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, and we're going to get 35 over negative 24. You could have used your calculator as well. Here, 5 times 1 is 5 times 4, 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9/5. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Or you could have just done it in your calculator. Negative, make sure you hit negative and not minus. 9 divided by 5 divided by quantity 2 divided by 3. You do it that way too. Okay. Negative 2.7, I want it as a fraction. Negative 27 over 10. Here we have a negative 3, so it's rational. A 2, so it's rational. A 0, so it's rational. This can be written as a fraction, so it's rational. Any number that can be written as a fraction is rational. Here, this is going to go on forever. It's going to be irrational because it's non-terminating or ending, and it's not repeating, so it's irrational. Of the rational, are any integers? Yes, this is an integer. This is an integer. Integers are negative and positive whole numbers. So what does that mean? Whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So this is a whole number, and this is a whole number. And also natural numbers are the counting numbers, so this is a natural number. On the back, quotient means division of a number and 5. The quotient of a number and 5. They want you to translate. 3 increased by a number. Increased by a number is equals negative 13. Literally right above the words what it means. 6 less than a number is 14. So we know it equals 14. I keep saying this, 6 less than a number. Well, if it's less than it, it's being removed from it. If I said I was 6 years less than you, I would take your age and subtract 6. So if it's 6 less than, subtract. 1/4 of a number is 4. Those were just simply translating. Evaluating is simply substituting and simplifying. Whatever I'm going to substitute in, I put parentheses, and then we have negative 10 minus 12, which is negative 22. So 2 things. Am I going fast? Yeah, a little bit. We went over this thoroughly in class, so that's why I'm kind of going over it. This is mostly supposed to be an answer key with a little explanation. Also, you can pause, you can rewind, and look how much work I'm writing out. I'm just getting negative 22s in class when I should be seeing all of this. The thing is if you take a test and you get the incorrect answer, but you're showing me the steps, you'll get partial credit. Okay? I'm replacing x with negative 1, I'm replacing y with negative 5, and I'm replacing x with negative 1. It's going to be negative 4 plus a negative 5 over a negative 2, which is negative 9 over negative 2, which is 4.5. Absolute value is simply distance. So absolute value of negative 7 minus 3. That is the absolute value of negative 10. And this is saying what is your distance on the number line from 0 to negative 10. And that is 10. This is not how fast we talk in class, I know, but I'm trying to get through this considering we already went over it. PEMDAS, simplify the expression using the orders of operations. So in parentheses or grouping symbols, we have this, then the absolute value of negative 4 is 4 minus 3, which is 1. Here, parentheses, there's none. Exponents come next. So 36 minus 8 times 3. Next comes multiplication and division. Okay, well, there's multiplication here. So then it's going to be 8. No, I'm sorry, I lied. 12. Okay, thinking while I'm talking. All right, what is the first step here? Technically parentheses. This is in parentheses or grouping symbols. So we're going to add first. Here, we would add first because it's in parentheses. And then the second step is exponents. Okay, they just asked what the step is. Okay, lastly, I don't expect you guys to know the bottom half because we haven't done equations yet, but the top is good. It says write an algebraic expression to represent the area of the triangle. Well, we just did that with perimeter area, volume, surface area, and area is 1/2 base times height. The base of this triangle is h plus 6, and the height is h. You can just leave it like that if you wish. If you want to bring that h in and distribute, you can. They ask you to evaluate when h is 12, so I'm going to replace h with 12. And then what would the area be? The area would be 18 times 12. Well, half of 18 is 9. 9 times 12. Well, 9 times 2 is 18. Carry the 1. So it's going to be 108. And it's units squared. And that's it. Once you're completed with this, then you can start your test.